at 6 o'clock this morning.
Yep.
Yeah, bright and early, coffee up, driving to Grimsby. I've done it once before.
I have not.
It's about 100 foot climb, so I only entered it because we did Beverley and we did alright. So yeah, I thought, oh, we'll have a go at another 10k race sometime soon. Naomi's got the beautiful Barnsley 10k coming up at the end of June. I've not, because I'm working it, I'm delivering it. So yeah, I've wanted to get a 10k in before then.
Yeah, it's nice to get some speed in the legs as well, and we're not focusing on 20 odd mile weekend runs. I mean, Gareth still is doing super long runs, but theoretically his legs should be a little bit sharper now than they are mid-marathon block, so nice to give it a go.
Yeah, dropped me average, that camera's getting a bit drunk.
Oh, sorry.
Dropped me average weekly mileage down. I'll be on about 95 this week when I've finished.
Still ridiculous.
Yeah, whereas in peak marathon block I were on about 110. So an extra 15 miles less is like 2 hours, which is a lot. But for the speedier stuff, you don't necessarily need the volume as much, you just need the quality. So yeah, that's my philosophy with that anyway. So yeah, PB at 10k is 32:03. Did that at Doncaster, just drove past there actually. Did it at Doncaster last year. Ran I think 32:12 at Dewsbury this year. So yeah, we'll see how we get on, whether the legs can hack it. We have raced a lot since London Marathon.
Every week, including London Marathon, we've raced every week since we finished.
Yeah.
Since London, so what's that, like 5-6 weeks of
Races. So yeah, sometimes twice a week. But they do come thick and fast in summer. So yeah, see how we get on at Grimsby 10k.
Alright, see you after.
And we always have to set off a little bit earlier because we always have to account for Naomi needing a lay-by wee. She's somewhere back there in the bush having a lay-by wee on the way to Grimsby 10k. Should a wee in every lay-by around the country. Most famous one that we've done is Edinburgh. I caught her jumping out of a bush. Yeah. She's also done one. We were on the way to a race in Leeds whilst we were queuing in traffic and jumped into some woods, and everyone around us knew what she was doing during a lay-by wee. So she always packs some toilet roll. We've got a pack of 12 in the boot just in case. That's from the other week anyway, we went to a race. But yeah, you never know, do you? So be prepared just in case that you need a lay-by wee like Naomi. Well, we're finally in Great Grimsby, or just Grimsby as we like to call it. 2 toilet stops later. One at a jet service station. Quite good, weren't it? Good find that, Naomi. Naomi got really excited about this. Park and stride. It's because we're a mile away from the start. She got overly excited. Yeah, so plan today anyway, plan of attack. It is just run fast, hold on. PB in mind. And we'll see where I end up. The first 2 mile is relatively uphill. Note from where I'm from. So yeah, we'll see how we get on there. And then just roll back down to come into the finish. The last time I did it was 2019 and around 32:50 I think, and it was that warm that day. You could see the heat waves on the tarmac, so it's not that warm yet, but it has forecasted to get up to 20 degrees today. Yeah, there were people quite literally passing out on the finish line in 2019 because it was that warm. It's the 9th year that they've been doing Great Grimsby 10k, so they're experienced at it. They have put, I think there's 3 water stations out en route today, but they're always in little paper cups. There's a thing on the race number saying we leave no rubbish. Speaking of race numbers, look how big they are on this little bit that I filmed yesterday. So I'm all for running numbers being visible and that, but there's masses amount here of like excess number, and I can tell it's bigger than any other number I've ever read before because the numbers pinholes are further down on the t-shirt. Bonkers that, innit? So yeah, basically running with a big flag on my chest tomorrow. Hopefully it's not windy. Well, that's me 2 mile done. We've got a 1 mile stride, Parkrun stride, through to the start line near the town hall now. We are actually closer to the finish line here. Starts and finish in 2 different spots. Hi there.
Hi there.
You okay?
Okay, you?
Yeah, you?
Yeah.
What are you running in?
Might go faster shades.
Looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Boom.
I'll be back. Hasta la vista. You didn't finish it?
Bye.
Baby. Hasta la
Baby.
vista, baby.
Babe nipples. Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, it's upside down as well.
No, it's not. It's the right way around.
No, it was when you first started filming.
I know. Stupid number. I have my shoes on.
A good videographer, you aren't you?
I'm pointing it in your
No,
direction.
you're very lazy.
Hey.
No, I'm on about the camera angle.
Yeah, it's in your direction.
You're scrolling down Vinted.
Yeah, I'm multitasking.
Now you're just shooting my crotch.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Foot fetish.
Mm.
Oh, look at those guns. Oh, it's because they're pressed against your leg.
Naomi. Right, we're putting her shoes on. Naomi's been scrolling down Vinted. And we're going to go to the start now.
Another mile.
Another mile through there.
I've done my stretches.
Yeah.
So we've got a mile and then it's race time.
Yeah, so yeah.
Adios.
Adios, amigos.
Bye.
See you in a bit.
Runners, this is it. The course has been cleared and checked. You're not until your race starts today. That moment you've been training.
seconds for Gareth from Barnsley AC, taking third place in this morning's Grimsby 10K. In second place.
Midday, Bacon finished the Grimsby 10K in a PB time of 31:58. So yeah, pretty chuffed with that. The markers were a little bit off in places, but it is what it is. I kept looking and looking, and then it was 400 to go, and I had to click the last 400 in sub 118 pace, which at the back end with nothing left in the tank, it was tough to do. But yeah, 31:58 for third place.
Corporate Cup is our headline sponsors Orsted, Brendan Matthews,
Cool down time.
Smith,
Cool down
Lewis
time. Just do a
Newsom,
quick debrief.
Emma Tilson,
How did you get on?
Jemima
I've done really
Wong,
well. Well,
and Bridie
I went off
Simmons.
too fast. I went off at where I want my fitness to be at, not where it is at. But I've come third, beaten by Julie Briscoe, so I'm happy with that because we know she's faster than me.
And she's twice your age.
Oh God, yeah. First two in front of me were Vet 40 and 45.
Away from
Yeah,
that.
really happy with it considering how hot. 15 seconds off my PB. I need to get into the mindset of I don't have to PB to do a good race. Still done a good race, just because I've not PB'd. I finished, I was like, oh, I've not PB'd, I've ran real rubbish. But, you know, you can't PB at them all. I've not done any speed training in the last month and a half.
Naomi's rambles.
They're all correct, they've done it on purpose
Yeah,
so
I
they
know.
can get on the telly. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to start some speed training this week, so hopefully a couple of months time I'll crack out a PB.
Yeah. So that's Naomi's rambles, 1:20's worth. She's
Oh, you can keep going
concise.
if you want.
Yeah, concise and to the point. So yeah, we both scooped up third place this morning, so not too shabby in the household. Apparently they pay more though for females. So yeah, lunches on Naomi.
Start spending money for the wedding.
Yeah, so
Not our wedding.
Not our wedding. Yeah, so I've got about 6 miles left to run. You've not got 6 miles, have you?
I was going to do 4.
All right.
I feel fresh, so I'll do as much as
Yeah, she'll just swing it and see what happens. See, I've got a tour guide Naomi back to the car, and then see what happens.
I'll just do an out the back. So
Yeah, I know. So yeah, enjoyed it. I'll film a bit on my cool down.
Not speed trained since long before London.
No, you haven't.
Sure.
No, you've just put your voice on there, didn't you?
Sure. It's nice to see where I am at without speed training.
Yeah, it's good base.
But
fitness, isn't it?
there's definitely a lot of difference in speed training to just running everything slow because I'm not sharp.
Yeah,
And that felt a lot harder than it usually felt.
called common sense, Norms.
Well, I don't have that.
Uh-oh. That's for Naomi, that. For you, weren't it?
You're going to kill me.
Yep.
Running like a chicken.
Oh,
I'm changing.
oh dear.
Stripping.
That'll get us more views. Or it might lose some. What will it do? Yeah, that'll, yeah, there you go, now you're even. Meow. Yeah, so the race felt a little bit of a rush around to get to the start line after my warm up, but we made it. It was only about a mile away anyway. I'm all for self-seeding yourself on the start line, but yeah, there were 2 people on the front row taking selfies, and someone asked them what time they're going for, and they said 2 hours. And there's people behind them, well, the one guy behind them who is capable of a sub 30. So yeah, it's an accident waiting to happen with people like self-seeding themselves in the wrong spot. But yeah, it's up to the race organisers to enforce something or say something there. Yeah, so set off a countdown to 10 to 1, and the plan today was 77 seconds on my 400 metre splits, and the first one dropped at 73 seconds, but it's just out of the blocks and it's easy to get carried away. It's a free one, so might as well take advantage of it. And it was pretty evident from the get-go that it might end up being a bit of a lonely race. Though Will Strangeway and Ryan Page out in front, who are capable of fast times, and then there's Stu Spencer and a couple of other lads behind that are also capable of fast times, but yeah, there's a gap between them. So yeah, it was just a case of grinding it out on my own for that first mile and then seeing where the land lies. Ended up clocking, I think the first mile we're in, listen to this, 4:58, which yeah, might have been a bit too quick, but I'll check Strava for that after I finish my cool down. So yeah, not too shabby if I do say so myself, and especially more so considering it's slightly uphill in that first mile, well 2 mile at Grimsby, but they did feel a little bit of a tailwind as well, if I'm being honest, and that was more evident as we got onto the bypass a bit later on. Yeah, so pretty much then after that mile had solidified my position in third, but obviously you can't ever take that for granted. I never look, or I try not to look behind me anywhere in races, so you don't know what's happening behind you and how fresh they are behind you as well. Don't forget, if you do enjoy what me and Naomi do on here, don't forget to like and subscribe. I had quite a lot of high fives, handshakes and fist bumps this morning. Same people who've seen us on YouTube. Naomi didn't have any though. It's a shame, isn't it? Just go and high five her if you see her. So yeah, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button anyway. And I'll be honest with you, I can't really remember much between 1 and 3. There were K markers and mile markers, which were good to see, and I split the 5k one in around 15:20, and then by this point we broke out onto the bypass, and there's not many landmarks on the bypass to target, so it's a case to get your head up, not down, look in front and hope that it'll end pretty quickly. I think it is about 1.5 miles, 2 miles on the bypass, and you could see the heat waves again on the tarmac, and I clocked that the lads in front were about 33 seconds in front of me using one of the K markers as they ran past it, and then as I approached it and got to it, and because I were on my own I didn't have anyone to work off. But what the lads in front were doing is, one was running on the left of the bypass and the other one kept swerving to run away from him, so they weren't working off each other, they were racing it, which is fine to be honest. If that's what they want to do, they're obviously racing it to race it rather than racing it for a PB. And then the bypass eventually came to an end just after the 8k and the 5 mile marker, and then with about a mile to go, the wheels weren't coming off, but if you're a mile to go you're gonna fade, maybe. And I'd figured out by this point I needed to split, I think it was about a 5:15 or a 5:18 to guarantee myself a PB, which at the back end of a race it is achievable, but you can't get carried away and see stars in your eyes just yet. Nothing's ever for granted in the world of running. Just seen Stu and Danny in a car asking me why I'm still running. I told them I got lost. And then the 400 metre to go sign appeared and I had a 1:18 to split, and that were a big ask. My legs were swimming in lactate and the heat were getting hotter. But this time I stayed in the kitchen and didn't escape. Do you know what, I sometimes click stop after I've finished talking and I think I sound like a great philosopher. Yeah, and the great Grimsby 10k finishes in People's Park, and it finishes on grass, and it was like quicksand today. So I was digging in, I could see the clock in front of me, 31:50 something, clicking, and crossed the line with a gasp of fresh air, and in 31:58. So yeah, chuffed with that and really enjoyed it. It was a complete grind on my own, but yeah, you can't get the field and quick course sometimes to marry up together. So yeah, walked through, got my donut, stopped and turned, and waited for Naomi.
So while Gareth is finishing off his extra miles after the race, I'm gonna do a little debrief. I mentioned earlier that got it in my head, like as soon as I don't PB it's a bad race. So I thought about it really, and actually quite proud of it, because everything I've done in the last 6 to 8 months has been focused on marathon paced efforts. So a lot of my runs have been at one consistent pace, so to then switch to going a lot faster is or a lot more taxing on your body. I did go out too hard. I went out the speed I would like to be doing a 10k in, not the speed I know I can do a 10k in. So I did possibly jeopardise that there, but it's a hot day. It was a drag of a course, do you know, like it was basically a rectangle. It was a good course, it's a fast course, but it's just 4 long straight roads. So if you get in your head, oh I'm done, you know, you could quite easily sabotage yourself. So I'll go through my splits and let you know how I felt. So the first mile was 5:35, and in my head I went, my legs are going really fast, this feels good. Like I said, you get used to your legs just turning over at a steady pace. So 5:35, I wanted to be averaging 5:40, 5:45, so I did go out too fast. I then dropped to a 5:47, and I said to myself, oh that's fine, I can hold this pace. But it was slightly uphill at this point. And then the mile 3 was uphill as well, where I dropped to a 5:49. I then dropped more to a 6:03, I think. Let me just pull that back up. So lap 4 was 5:57, so I dropped a bit more, but again, it's within the range of, I've not done speed, I've not done races. So yeah, mile 5 was 6:03. So in my head I was like, I'm done, I'm toast, that's it. And then my last mile I ended up, let's have a look, picking it back up a little bit more. So 5:59 for the last mile, and then a small sprint finish. So really it was a long drag of a dead run. I went off too fast and slowly died. But you learn from them. I was dehydrated from the start, so yesterday's prep wasn't great. But yeah, I fueled well because I took on a gel like I do, because I always fuel on races for the bigger picture of my stomach being okay when I do a marathon. But yeah, so I fueled well, took on water, managed to keep myself relatively cool, ran in the shade. But overall, my expectations of where my body and fitness is at was too high, considering the marathon and everything else going on. So I am really happy with today. Looking forward to starting. I think it's like a 12-week block now before my next big race. So yeah, fingers crossed I can pick up some speed.
Sunbathing. Oh, that was long. How are yours?
Good.
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 You get wolf whistled at?
Yeah, I'm hot.
You're hot?
Yeah.
As in sexy hot, or as in hot?
50-50.
Oh.
What's your opinion?
I think you're hot. As in sexy hot.
That's not the same thing.
Oh.
Hi.
So I'm back at the car. Shocked she's on her phone, look.
Hey, I put it down.
Yeah. So on a grassy banking, romantically.
Sweating on each other.
Sweating on each other. So thank you for watching today. Hope you've enjoyed it. And don't forget to click the like and subscribe button, but I have already said that.
How many times have you already
only
said
once.
it?
Once, yeah, honest.
It's a bit repetitive.
Yeah, so are you. So yeah, thank you for watching, and
see you next week.
Bye. I've got 0.04 to round up to a mile. Less than 100 metres. Go on then.
No, 0.40.
Oh, you said 0.04.
Did it? So less than half a mile.
Yeah,
See you in a
less than
minute.
800 metres. She's off, look. Mile munching.